Hey everybody, and welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff. And today I want to talk about my fall TBR. All right, guys, this year is flying by. I can't believe it's already fall, and I just love reading all of the spooky and creepy and weird kind of books during this season. So, for the next few months, I want to talk about some of the books that I'm really looking forward to trying to dive into. That does not mean I'm going to read all of these, but these are on the top of my radar for spooky season. The first book I want to talk about is You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Baligo. This one is a mystery thriller. It takes place at a writing retreat for thriller authors. And this writing retreat is hosted on a private island, and everything is going well until one of the authors ends up murdered, and it's kind of like a locked door kind of mystery. So I'm really excited to figure out who done it. The next book I want to talk about is a cute little spooky season romance, and that is How to Help a Hungry Werewolf by Charlotte Stein. I didn't know anything about this when I picked it up. I actually grabbed it from my local library. But just the cover was giving all of the fall vibes. Look at the cute little raccoon. So, our female main character is a witch who has newly discovered her powers. She returns to her small hometown and has a run in with her ex best friend who is now becoming a werewolf. And I believe the raccoon also talks, which is adorable. So, yeah, super excited to check this one out. And while we're at it, let's talk about another romance that I'm excited to hop into, and that is The Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. This is book 3 in the Heart and Mercy series by Megan Bannon. These are all super adorable. They are like cozy fantasy romances. The characters aren't always human or have some sort of supernatural ability. Um, and this entire series has been so adorable. All of the characters are a little bit more mature than your typical romance, I feel like. So I think that's what I like about it so much. And yeah, these are just always such a fun, witty, good time. So I'm really excited to check this one out as well. Next up, I want to talk about a book from one of my favorite authors, and that is Darcy Coates. And I'd really like to get into how bad things can get. First of all, this cover is gorgeous. Like, holy cow, it is stunning. This one, we follow an online influencer who invites hundreds of his fans to this idyllic island, and it's just supposed to be like a huge party. One of the people that is invited to this island is the only survivor of a cult. And she's so excited to go on this trip. She wants to get away from her past, start fresh, kind of just relax. And of course, they find out secrets about the island while we're there, and it kind of ties in to this cult that she was in. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I love movies and books about cults. It's always just so interesting to me. So yeah, really excited to check this one out. And of course, because it is spooky season, we have to get a couple slashers on the TBR, right? So, first up is Tastes Like Candy by Ivy Tholen. Again, another one with like a stunning cover. This is so cool. In this book, we are following a group of high school girls who overnight sneak into a carnival to have a little scavenger hunt, kind of like to commemorate their senior year. But of course, there is a killer on the loose in the carnival, and the slashing begins. And it says that a lot of the deaths in here are really bizarre, and I love that in a slasher. Like, those kill scenes need to be just crazy to like keep someone engaged. So this one sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun, and I can't wait. The next slasher that I want to talk about is The Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. This one is also taking place at a carnival, but it's a little bit different. I think this one's going to be a little more dark and brutal, where Tastes Like Candy, I think, is going to be a little bit more lighthearted, especially because it's following a cast of like younger characters, where this one is more just a massacre. It's also set in the late 80s, which I love an 80s or 90s setting in a book. So yeah, I can't wait. And also clowns. Clowns are so creepy. So, like, the thought of a bunch of clowns running around and murdering people is terrifying. So, yeah, really excited to hop into this one. And keeping on carnival themes, the next book I would really like to read during spooky season is Fantastic Land by Mike Brockovin. Um, this one says that it's kind of a modern day take on Lord of the Flies. So it takes place at a theme park in Florida. A hurricane comes through and leaves everyone who was there at the theme park that day kind of isolated and stranded here. I think it takes about like 5 weeks or so for authorities to come rescue them. And in the meantime, all the people that are at this theme park are forming like different tribes and fighting against one another for, medicine and food and social dominance. And yeah, this just sounds like it's going to be wild. So I can't wait to check this one out. The next book I would really like to get to uh, during fall is Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. I've read quite a few other books by this author before, and I have loved all of them. So I'm hoping this one lives up to my own personal hype. In this one, we are following a 22-year-old woman whose older sister had disappeared when she was 18. Her disappearance, though, she always felt a little unsettled by it. They ended up finding her sister's car with blood in it. There was a man that was arrested, and it was kind of just a quick closed case, and it never just felt right with her. Um, so she returns to her hometown where this happened and gets a job at a farm that her sister worked at the summer before she disappeared. While she's there working at the farm, she finds this journal and starts reading it and finds out that there may be more sinister things going on at this farm than meets the eye. So yeah, really excited to check this one out for myself. Again, I've loved quite a few other books by this author, so I expect this one to be a win for me. The next book I would like to try to get to during the fall season is Cute But Creepy by Beatrix Hollow. This is book 2 in the Fair Fallen Asylum series. I read book 1 quite a long time ago now, and I don't know why I never picked up book 2 because I thought book 1 was great. Um, this book is following a different main character, but we do still see the characters from Cute But Psycho, which was book 1, in here. These are like a dark paranormal why choose romance. In this one, our female main character, Hazel, is a phoenix. She is also a killer and is living at this asylum with all of the characters we met in book 1. Only she is out for vengeance for the man that killed her parents, which happens to be her own little brother, who is one of the main characters in book 1. So this sounds like it's going to be super messy, and I can't wait to check this one out. The next book I want to talk about is Our Father's Burden by William F. Gray. My friend Jenny from over at the Haphazard Book Nook read this one and absolutely loved it. So I'm really excited to check it out for myself. It takes place in the Appalachian Mountains, and I just love a mountain or forest, like isolated setting in horror. So this one's going to be great. It says tragedy strikes Harry's family. His father ends up passing away and leaves him a box, and whatever he finds in this box leaves him shaken. So he gets together a group of his friends to go on this trip up into the mountains that their fathers used to take annually. And while they're up there, they discover that their fathers had been keeping a terrible, deadly secret, and now the burden is theirs to bear. I'm like so intrigued to know what this secret is. I need to know. I need to read it. And yeah, I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to be getting to this one in October. Next book I want to talk about is We Love You, Bunny by Mona Awad. This is book 2 of the Bunny series, book 1 just being called Bunny. These are like a dark academia fantasy-esque type horror. And this one says that it is both a sequel and a prequel to the first book, so I'm not really sure exactly how that's going to work, but we follow a lot of the main characters that we followed in the first book, so I'm excited to kind of see how they've like progressed and grown in their writing careers. And yeah, just really interested to get into this one. I'm expecting to absolutely love it. These books are definitely not for everybody. They're very like bizarre and kind of like a fever dream almost. So definitely not going to be for everybody, but I loved book 1, so I can't wait to check out book 2. Another book that I'm really excited to check out this fall is Brimstone by Callie Hart. This is book 2 in the Fae and Alchemy series, book 1 being Quicksilver. And these are just, your basic fantasy romance. They have fae and magic, but I love Kingfisher. He's one of my favorite male main characters in any fantasy romance. I'm not really going to tell you what this book is about because if you haven't read the first one, it's obviously going to spoil things. But just know that I am really excited, and if you haven't already read Quicksilver, you should definitely check it out. Next up, we have another fantasy romance, and that is Mate by Allie Hazelwood. This is book 2 in the Bride series, book 1 being Bride. Here we are following a human hybrid. So she's part human, part werewolf. And she was supposed to heal this centuries-long rift between species, but instead it just ended up making her a political target. And then we also have our male main character who is the alpha werewolf for one of the packs in the area. And he is very like demanding, and his authority is absolute. And he has his eyes set on her. And she doesn't necessarily reciprocate those feelings, but she also kind of needs him to help keep her safe. So I'm really excited to check this one out. Bride, I liked the romance in it. I felt like it was a little too political for me. It's not normally my vibe, my preference in fantasy romance, but I still know that there were like some spicy scenes in book 1 that live rent free in my head, and I'm really excited to check out book 2. And just see how this series progresses. Next up, we have a dark rom-com that I am super excited for, and that is Tourist Season, which is going to be book 1 in the Seasons of Carnage trilogy by Brynne Weaver. I love Brynne Weaver's writing. Her dark rom-coms are always just so funny, so good, and I'm expecting this one to be no different. This one takes place in like a Cape town, a little cute, quaint seaside town. Our female main character is a gardener there, and our male main character comes to town as a tourist, but he's also out for revenge, and she is his target. Only he comes to find out that she isn't really the monster he expected, and sparks kind of start to fly from there. So this one is going to be absolutely adorable. I just know it, and I can't wait to check it out. The last book that I want to talk about that I am so excited to check out is This Soul Belongs to the Devil by Sergio Gomez. This author wrote one of my all-time favorite slasher series, which is the Camp Slaughter series. and this is his newest book coming out in early November. And it is a fictional memoir of the serial killer Peter Rodriguez. So, I mean, a serial killer? Sign me up. You know I'm here for it. So I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out. There's not a lot of info on the book right now. I feel like he's always very hush hush about his books until they release. He just gives you like little dabbles. So, yeah, really excited to get to this one as soon as it comes out. It is definitely going to be on the top of my list. All right, guys, those are all the books that I am super excited to get to this spooky season. Let me know down in the comments below if there are any books that you are looking forward to getting to this fall. Anything that I didn't talk about that you think I should check out because I would love, again, let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!